Morning. How's it going? Let me see here. So carrying over, of course, from the last live stream that we did. Let's see. I should have a metal ruler around here somewhere. No? Oh, there you are. Okay. Okay. And I think this middle panel, they're going to need to be shortened up because there's a fair amount of dialogue. Fucking crows are just going nuts today. heard me call him out. Hey, how's it going, man? How are we doing here? Is that working at all? Feels like it maybe. Been a little bit too long since I drew General Rancor. Forgot what the hell his hair looked like. It's not nearly that large. Working directly off of references from issue 1 in this now. Yeah, I think that was all right. Hey, how's it going, bud? We're getting lively this Sunday. All right. I'm pretty sure some of these lines I stole directly from Lionel Francis Yu in like 1998 or 9 or whatever it was. These random ticks that end up on faces. Yeah, that's definitely that's a line. It's funny the stuff that sticks around. It's like you ask me to name iconic Wolverine artists these days, I might not even think of Lionel Francis Yu. No. There's no reason to be fake about this. I stole those directly from that particular artist. I'm sure he stole other stuff from other artists, and that's fine. We're all just a bunch of thieves. We have no original thoughts. Every once in a while, I think of the. I don't know if you guys watch the Hot Ones things at all. There was the one with Jay Farrow, where he's talking about meeting Denzel Washington. Jay Farrow does a lot of extremely accurate imitations, and honestly, I've never seen him in anything other than on Hot Ones episodes. And apparently, the one time he met Denzel Washington, Denzel was like, "Oh yeah, I know you. You know, you owe me a lot of money." And and Jay Farrow was thinking to himself, like, "Shit, yeah, you know what? I have actually making a lot of money off of that Denzel Washington impression." And there's plenty of times I feel like that's where a lot of comic artists are. Or at least a lot of the good ones, anyway. You look at the guys like Bisley or whatever, and it's like who's Bisley's like one of the greatest all time, really, with his painted stuff. And it's like no, well, that's straight up a Frazetta ripoff. Only with the intensity turned way the fuck up. And it's like, and that's absolutely fine. In fact, it's preferable. Yep. I mean, Todd stole directly from Michael Golden repeatedly. Gotta remember to stop doing that. I just find it funny sometimes which guys I'm stealing from, because like it's like I took particular sets of lines for different situations. Like there is some Lionel Francis Yu, there is some Travis Charest, there is some Steve Dillon occasionally. There's a bit of Jim Lee, and like none of those guys really mesh, but I've got all their I've got particular sets of lines from each of them that I use. I don't know about this hair. Yeesh. This is some very kind of emo hair. Feels like. No, it's rough working at Blood Bastion. What with all the wind inside the office building, everybody's hair is just constantly being feathered. How was I doing this? I think roughly like that. I like this the Nick Fury suit that Rancor gets. There's weird shading stuff going on in it. Forgot about the strap. Shit. Always straps on a Nick Fury suit. Well, trying to think when the last time this suit would have been drawn, because that would have been the last time I figured out how to do these shadows. Man, the stuff from issue 2 is all over the place. Like it's all in one pile, but it's not a sequential pile, which would be helpful. How did this page get done? It's an interesting question. which naturally I'm going to ask on the live stream. That would make a whole bunch of sense, right? One year ago. All right. Good to know. So what was I doing here? Man, there's a lot to consider when drawing a good Nick Fury suit. And I think he's just got like white gloves with some, with some wristbands and shit. Yeah, I think that looks okay. Any other lines I should be considering here? Not really. That's a little bit too long. That looks better. There we go. And then black for that too, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's looking all right. That doesn't make any sense where that is. Okay, so let's not do that one. We'll cut that off. Oh, just so much. There was so much talking all the fucking time. Mm. Sure. Let's see if that works, I guess. No, I can understand why you'd need to step away. It's just it gets overwhelming sometimes. The smaller font is appreciated. I'm pretty sure General Rancor is only vaguely aware that Popo exists and is part of the team. It may be one of those situations where nobody's too sure exactly who hired him, or if anybody did, or if by having like 4 or 5 super people together in the same room, he just honed in on them. That's possible too. Mhm. Yeah. No, isn't there a fifth guy on your team? It's like, yeah, I think so. I think you're right. Yes. So I might have to play that up going forward, just to constantly like, you know, you and your three team members, 14 members, sir. Correct, 14 members. And it's like, who's the other guy? Popo. Popo, eh? Tell me about Popo. Just every excuse I can get to say Popo over and over again, I guess. Who is this with the horizontal lines on the pecs? I'm not. That could also be Lionel Francis. You. Hmm. It's funny because I'm gonna have to have Popo return to the group eventually, right? And I got to decide how to swing that. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a case of he shows up in a badass moment, and then they kind of turn to each other and go, "Oh yeah, we haven't seen Popo for a while, have we?" And like maybe he has like inner monologues on the way home about how he was forgotten and left behind in enemy territory, and he's absolutely correct. You know, Well, no, you don't see a lot of people lean into the dumb shit about things like Image Comics. So that's where we're innovating. Oh, the fight in issue. See, I'm not for sure when exactly the big fight in this particular storyline is happening. Whether it's in issue 5 or issue 6, I think it might be in issue 6. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to drawing it because there's going to be like a lot. There's going to be a lot of rubble, and rubble is never fun to draw for me personally. It might. You're the background guy. It might be fun for you, but that's not a bad idea. Just except it. What I do have it plotted out in at least a bit in my head. That's not how we're doing it, but maybe in future. Excuse me. So past issue 6, like somewhere like issue 12 or something. Which I mean, maybe I'll get to. Who knows? Excuse me. Didn't think I'd get to issue 4. And still haven't put it out for purchase yet. Working on it, but maybe that's what I'll do the rest of the day. I think I said this last time was I'd spend the rest of the day doing lettering, and I don't think I did that. I did spend one day doing a bunch of lettering, and then I think I'm gonna have to undo most of it. But that's how it goes sometimes. Yeah, you seem like a rubble kind of guy. I'm working on it. It's just I don't know the lettering thing. It is a little bit fun, at least at first, and then it's just repetitive, repetitive, repetitive. Um, so I like I said, it'll get done eventually. I'm just not. I don't know. Just not prioritizing it, I guess, which is probably something I should be doing more than like the videos, which is what I'm actually prioritizing. Because the videos have an actual timeline I have to stick to. The other stuff, it's all like theoretical timeline. Yeah. Oh, that was the tape. Okay. Man, this doesn't make any kind of sense. He got like his belt, like his hand's right next to his belt, which is right next to his hand. This is terrible. Shh. Let's just get out of the panel. It is funny how often I just do the things that I laugh at image artists for doing. And like not as a parody thing. Like sometimes it's a parody thing, but sometimes it's just like, oh yeah, no, I forget the same things they do. You know? Yep. No, absolutely. I totally do like Liefeld things from time to time. And like, sometimes it's funny and sometimes it's just like, oosh, yeah, you probably shouldn't do that. Oh, right. I forgot he's supposed to have stubble and stuff. Shit. Yeah, I don't have to go all out with it on these paid panels. I don't think. Okay, this chin is getting out of fucking control though. Hmm. Something did not go right with Rancor's hair today. I don't know if he's like switching up conditioner or what, but it is just not. It's not working like it normally would. All right, he's got the little strap over his shoulder here, doesn't he? What on? On accidentally making image mistakes all the time? Probably not. I don't think anybody wants to fess up to that if they don't have to. Anything else to these outfits? Not a whole lot, right? Oh, I already forgot I said that. Honestly, I'm at the point now where it's like I haven't had to worry about hair for about 15 years, 10, 15, somewhere around there. So it's like, oh, do like hair problems happen? Shit, cool. I theorized correctly. That's nice. Oh, you hair having pricks. Not so much. Haven't for a while, really. That's okay. It does mean I don't have to worry about the hair, but sometimes I would have liked to have worried about the hair, you know? Well, yeah, I mean, it'd be a bit of a bitch to like have to constantly worry about what you're doing with your hair, you know, like that would get to be a pain in the ass, I would think. So, on the whole, in terms of what kind of patience I've got, I'm probably better off the way things are. Is that right? Looks about right. Mhm. How does this usually go? And then I got some kind of glove on. Some kind of. Looks about right. Yeah. Interesting. I don't know that these styles really mesh, but they're fun to draw. Like the lines are fun. I feel like that might be good enough. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Sucks when that happens, but honestly, it doesn't really happen to me anymore. I just never do physical work. Working in an office now, so like, and still get that where I'm okay. Time to start drawing, and like I can't focus on anything. With the physical stuff, at least it makes sense because you're actually like physically tired and shit. Mm. I don't know. I mean, Rob has been extremely successful at whatever crap he turns out. So, like, maybe we should be thinking, what would Rob do, and then doing that. Although people try to do that, and it doesn't work for anybody else. It's some sort of sell your soul deal that just he can work. So, hmm, I can't call him a flash in the pan exactly because he still makes money on everything he does somehow. I feel like part of it is some sort of, I'm not sure, like people really needing to justify the things they liked when they were kids and not being willing to accept that they like stupid shit when they were kids. It's like, no, no, no. Thundercats was amazing. It's like, no, no, it very much was not, actually. It was an advertisement for a toy and it was done kind of cheaply. It's like, yes, but I liked it. Yes, but that doesn't make it good. I think the same thing is kind of the Rob impulse where people can't admit that they liked something that was objectively bad. So they have to keep giving him money in order to like kind of assuage their own minds. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure. I got lost down a rabbit hole I've thought of before. So mm. There is that aspect to it, you know, where it has that OnlyFans kind of feel. And it's funny because Rob seems very sure it's because he's good, or he does the things that the fans like. It's like, well, that your fans like, yeah, but and it's funny because then he goes and turns out like low effort shit because he does not try nearly as hard as he used to. I think he did. I think he did try at some point. It was very early on. I think it stopped about the time computer colors really kicked in when he didn't have to go like 1986 kind of hard. I mean, his version of Try is not the same as like Art Adams' version of Try. But I think there was a while there where he really wanted to make cool comics. And then that quickly got subverted by wait, you know what? Todd keeps saying I should be focusing on making money. So I'm gonna just do that instead. And if I'm making money, it doesn't matter. I don't know how good the comic is. It's just whether or not it lives up to my usual look, I guess. It is weird how Rob and Todd ended up having like a bit of a rivalry, considering Rob was like Todd's acolyte for a long time. And it seems like Todd took like a personal interest in making sure he secured the bag. And not so he could like profit off him or anything. It's just like I don't know. It's for a while there, Todd seemed really idealistic about forming a union and shit. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've kind of stayed out of that whole thing. This is not a Hawkstab head at all. I don't know who this guy is. It's like somebody just kind of snuck in to be Hawkstab for a minute. Okay, making the neck thicker helps though. But yeah, no, this is like just like regular dude just decided to be Hawkstab for a minute. I almost feel like I should make that like a contest. Be Hawkstab for a panel. Hmm. See, though, that would count on me being able to accurately reproduce whoever like submits their likeness. I mean, I can't even accurately reproduce Hogstab. That's the point. Okay, this nose is part of it. This nose is way too thick, I think. I think that's it. Come back to that. Yep. Like, no, 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 no. I'm sure he knows what he's doing here. This is actually Hogstab. I'm the one who's like misinterpreting this Hogstab. It is funny how often like you do that, particularly with like the established dudes, where it's like, okay, something about this looks off, but I'm not sure what it is, and I assume they know what they're doing, so I must be reading something wrong. It's like, how many times are they counting on that? Probably a couple. Like, not all the time, surely, but every once in a while, yeah, probably. Does he have huge eyebrows in the first panel? Part of that is shadow. I mean, I can shadow more of the eyebrow, I suppose. I don't mind how that looks. Again, not entirely sure that's Hogstab, but eh, yeah, it's okay. I'm bumping the camera here, aren't I? I'll try to keep back a little bit, but it's tough not to just dive in. Or just like, is this Hogstab? Are you sure? Does he look like yeah? Is that what Hogstab looks like? Are we convinced? Just get them all second guessing at all times. Oop, my bad. Sorry. Careful. Okay. Let's see here. Feels like there's a bit of an implication that these guys are holding the hands off panel, but hey, we don't know the intricacies of their social life. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I've got more microns waiting in the mail, like because I did order one of those portfolio case things that N Raven was talking about last week, or maybe it was on Wednesday. I don't remember exactly. And got some O1s at the same time. I think it was last week then. And I'm pretty sure they've just been sitting in the mailbox Uh, because like they probably got delivered around the same time as that portfolio thing, and yeah, which would have been a few days ago. I just keep forgetting to actually check the mail. Just some O1s. Wanted to try out some O1s, which I'm gonna need. I considered like getting up in the middle of this stream here and going to get them, but that would probably take like 10-15 minutes, which is the time of the amount of time for the old smoke break. Actually, maybe I will do that. Shit, where'd my ruler go? No, there. Because these O3s they're a bit too. Just I don't know. It's like trying to draw with a screwdriver a little bit. Oh, no, that should be a total perp, shouldn't it? Oh, well, whatever. Do I still have that template? I haven't used that thing in forever. Shit. Probably somewhere, but I was at it. There it is. There it is. There you go. We'll turn this into the Raven stream. As it was destined to be all this time, really. Oh, I'm getting a little bit of David Bowie in this Hawkstab here. That's weird. Okay, I think I am actually going to go run to the mailbox, which will give me a chance to. Man, some of these lines are like just really friggin' destroyed on the old issue 2 stuff now. It's funny because I've got comics that I've had for like 30 years that I drew like 30 years ago that feel like they're in better shape than some of these pages. I'm not sure what I was using. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know what particular implement I had there. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna take off for a few minutes. It'll give me a chance to get something to eat on the way. Stomach's starting to go. And getting a walk in after an hour and a half of sitting doesn't seem like the worst idea. Um, Back in 15 sounds about right. All right, might be less, but just don't count on it. All right. See you guys in a couple minutes. All right. I assume I lost most people here. There's still a couple hanging out. O1s, O1s. Very good. All right, just give me a quick second here. Okay. So I forgot to take my phone. Let me just make sure the world didn't blow up. Nope, seems okay. All right. Let me see here. Just catching up on the street on the chat here. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, let's try this thing out here. And maybe I should look up what our two invading superheroes look like, or supervillains, rather. Issue 3. Around page 15-ish, I think. No. It would be way before then. Yeah, page 10. There we go. I don't think I've ever had O1s. It's like O3s, obviously. O2s, yes, for fine lining. And then O1s and less seemed like, you're just fooling yourself that that'll ever even show up on reproduction. Yeah, no, I'll see how it goes here, but so far it seems like fun. Oh shit, what did that? Right. There was a big old design in the elevators that I should probably try and keep up with. God damn it. I can only keep track of so many templates at a time. So now it's my circle template that's missing. Fantastic. I guess I could use this one. Yeah, that looks fine. How'd that go in there? Yeah, it's like over their head. Oh, yeah, yeah. That's not going to work. Fuck. No. You know what? Just leave it out. Again, I'm pretty sure this is stuff that'll mostly get obscured by word balloons, but you got to like try a little bit in there. Just a little bit of screen door work in the background there. And what was going on with the I do like the idea of the sigil right above here, but again, I don't have a circle template. I guess I can just use like a cup or something. That's a bit too big. Maybe a bit small. Maybe this is better after all. Kind of works. Yeah, in my case, I just, I want to make sure there's something behind the word balloons. Like it's not very obviously just something that I, counted on the word balloons to obscure. It's like, oh shit, there was actual work back there, and like if you were to see it, it's like, nah, no, there's not. There's just enough there to make you think there is. But then that's one of the benefits I have of being both the writer and the artist, right? It's like how many people can actually pull that off when there's like a tandem going on. How often? There's an interesting question. How often has it happened where an artist has assumed that a writer will fill in text boxes, and for that reason, eased up on the amount of backgrounds going on, and then the writer's just like, we don't need it for this one, and so just you're stuck with like a lackluster panel because of it. Probably fairly often, or probably more often than I would think, anyway. Hmm. That needs to be going in a bit more. Well, I'm sure there's usually like a tacit agreement, like if I leave all sorts of space here, you better fill this shit up with word balloons. Maybe that's what the deal is with Eric Stevenson and Merritt Michaels. Where like, Eric Stevenson didn't want to fill up all that space with like useless blather, but Merritt Michaels just refused to draw anything. He, never drew backgrounds. It's like, okay, well, I guess I got to put something here. And he keeps drawing guys just standing around yelling at each other. So like, I don't know. I don't know. I guess they just got to repeat themselves now. I bet that happens all the time. Well, a writer, sure, but I'm not talking about a writer. I'm talking about Eric Stevenson. I'm talking about a guy that Rob tapped to do everything, and he just kind of went okay because he was like 22, and he's like, "I'm working in comics." Oh, that is that one. I'm already bending the tip on this thing. I'm pushing too hard. Maybe that's why we didn't bother with the 01s. Come on, take it easy. No, that's no, definitely not using the 01 for panel borders. Okay, it wasn't planning on using the 03 either. Where are you? No. No. There it is. Okay. The unicorn, all right. Oh. Yeah, that seems malicious. I don't know. At that point, I got to assume like a conversation had to happen that either didn't or somebody ignored. Probably the artist. I would hope that, there will. I'm going to have to do all sorts of exposition here. So don't feel like you have to go nuts on it. And the guy got his Stephen Platt on and was like, okay, I'm going to spend the next 3 weeks drawing the cityscape, though. In which case, that's the writer's fault or the artist's fault for, not being aware of what was going on in the story. If it's just the writer was going to do it and didn't say anything, or if they saw the cityscape and went, haha, fuck this guy, then yeah, that's pretty fucking bad. If it's already word heavy to begin with, though, that could mean like that's just a writer that likes to bloviate, and the artist should have known better, I wonder what these guys' boots look like. I don't think I ever just determined it. No, I really didn't. Shit. Okay. I think I should not just do like Rob Liefeld 2 sucks, Then we should look up some superhero boots and see if we can find something interesting. Oh, God. Maybe not. Wow, those are awful. They all look like galoshes. Fuck. How do? Okay, well, heel is fine. We can do a heel of some kind. Doesn't have to be a big, and it shouldn't be a big one really for these guys. We're gonna do so much fucking construction on this, on these fucking feet. I thought part of the deal of parodying Image Comics was that I didn't have to draw feet accurately anymore. It's like, well, no, you don't. So why are you doing it? Like, shut up. Yeah, no, I'm gonna try not to do the tube socks. There's not a lot of good examples in here. Fuck. I mean, I guess, like do it like a heel piece here. See, we don't want them, they're different guys. We don't want them to have the same kind of boots exactly. They all do. They look like fucking rain galoshes. Here, I'll do that. And then on this guy, fuck, man, I don't even know. There's like nothing on most of these. Sure. I mean, sure. I don't know. All right. I was sure I get something like, from the movies on these. Yeah, Doc Martin. Yeah, that's true. But like the movie props look like they're generally pretty involved. And then it's like, you see this stuff, it's like, fuck, this all looks like shit. Doc Martens, yeah. Let me see what those look like. Yeah, that kind of works. What do they look like from the back? These are all shots from the front. Why would I want to see what the front of a shoe looks like? You're not catering to all the fetishes. Come on. And I mean, these are going to be mostly backlit too, so this wasn't even really necessary to sweat this much, but Yeah, I know. I blame guys like and Raven for bringing it so hard in the fucking Discord. It's like I can't just do like a half-ass parody. It's like no, you got to step it up. It's like, well, fuck, shit. Okay, I can do that to an extent, at least. Mm-hmm. Where'd that 01 go? There. Half of this is going to erase when I erase the fucking pencil lines. Yeah, no, it's true. Well, like originally, the point was to be like, let's try to make it on par with some of those image grades, which I mean, like, is a ridiculous fucking statement on its own. It's like, yeah, let's try and get on par with some of the most popular artists who have ever drawn comics. That seems like a good idea. But, it does mean that I can use the shortcuts that they used, generally speaking. Now it's more like, let's see if we can one up them. Which is just fucking stupid. And it's like the answer is like, well, no. But like, yeah, let's see if we can one up how they draw, how one of them would draw this. It's like, okay, well, that I can kind of do. Yeah, I mean, I think I can one up Liefeld in most aspects, really. He does have a few things that he does well, like his double lighting. I don't know. He dynamic lighting. He seems to have really figured out. And it's something I have difficulty with. I just want to crosshatch everything into oblivion, but yeah, most of the stuff I'm pretty sure I can do a better job. not at all being like, I don't know, getting too big for my britches or anything, right? You can. Oh yeah, that's the thing. I can one up the flunkies, as I continually refer to them. I think without too much difficulty. You know, like some dude trying to draw like Rob when he's 23. Yeah, I can beat that. I don't mind this at all. Yeah, no, it's oh for sure, yeah. No, Bloodstrike Brutalist does do some amazing things because it's not. You think about how that would have done back in the day, like, well, kids would have bought it, but they wouldn't have been happy about it, you know, because that style does not speak to 1993 or four extreme readers, right? But if they'd read it, that would have been different. And I mean, you know, like, it wouldn't change the fact that it's a good fucking comic. That's always the question, I suppose. Will they read it? Or will they just look at the art and go, cool or not cool? But yeah, definitely looking forward to getting back to more of those. We'll be doing Brutalist number 23 and 24 at some point. 23 is interesting because that's like picking up from issue 4 of Bloodstrike, where you know they're having their just like their day off, and Tag spots some asshole in a bar and takes him back to a motel, and you know, underneath she's a rotting corpse, that kind of thing. And I think in the comic they did have a thing where he started turning into a corpse as well. And this is mostly issue 23 is like mostly focused on that. Like half the book is about this guy's journey into becoming just like a pool of liquid. Come on. Issue 24 seems to be mostly about Cabot on his own as Bloodstrike, but there is stuff where he's like picking up. I don't know. He's like investigating somewhere where the corpses of the Bloodstrike team are hanging out. Like, well, not hanging out, but just like lying around. I don't know. I haven't read that one too closely. I'm kind of looking forward to that. Seeing what the hell is going on there. All right, those boots are okay. Oh, shit, we're going to have to fake some back muscles now. Where's that? I got an issue of Uncanny that I just finished shooting the video for. That had some great fucking back muscles on the back of it. Let me see here. There we go. So that's that one there. And that, what's that guy's name? Stonewall. He's a bit too short there. That looks a little better. Do I even know what this guy's back looks like? Rancor? I'm not sure. All right. I'm not too sure about these proportions, but honestly, just drawing this small is kind of a challenge on its own. It's interesting. I don't do this, you know? Always comes down to what Raven said. Honestly, I'm just like holding his place until he decides to put out a channel, and then I can like just thankfully stop as the amateur that I am. I don't know. So you can see. It feels like I can see through the straps a little too easily here. And he's just walking around like naked in a bodysuit kind of thing. Let's see here. Actually, build the muscles a bit. Hmm. Well, it's a tough process. I gotta start my channel and just kind of like slowly build a couple of followers, and then after a while, after I think I've got enough of you guys, like just kind of introduce Raven off to the side here, just like, oh yeah, no. And right now we're in the bit where he's starting up his own channel, but still working on building the subscribers up. So like it's more about building the persona on these channels. I hope you sorry man, I hope you don't it doesn't bother you if I'm talking shit like this. Just like I gotta do something with when I'm drawing here. Oh, okay. Hey, how you doing, buddy? I mean, I would not have a problem with that setup. It feels like whatever original impulse I had to make videos, like I fulfilled it. You know, there is no longer like, yeah, no, I really want to tackle this thing. Like, no, I'm done. But it's like, oh shit, I'm kind of stuck, kind of continually going here now. Well, that's not entirely true. I mean, like, there's a few I'm doing now that I probably couldn't have done at the beginning. Or was like scared to tackle because I didn't know how to talk about them just yet. And I'm a little better at that now. Oh yeah. Well, I mean that's a required element too, right? It does feel a little crazy though that like that original kind of impulse of yeah, no, I want to talk about Youngblood #1 and Wildcats #1 and all this kind of stuff, and like I've done them all. Now it's like I don't know what else can I talk about. And I mean, there's plenty that I've got plenty to say on. Like, for instance, I'm doing the Rob Liefeld Captain America this week, or I have done it actually. And it's just waiting to get up released. I think that's on probably Thursday. So yeah, no, I got plenty to say about these things. Yeah, it's something. It's hard not to just get I don't know, not malicious, but just yeah, like to the point where it feels like it almost feels like you're attacking the guy. And it's like, no, no, I don't want to do that. But it's such a shitty comic, and you got to point out how shitty it is. It's like, do you? Well, yeah, I did. So no, not anytime soon. I mean, I thought about it, and then I quit smoking, and now I have way more free time than I thought I would. It's like, oh shit, might as well keep up with the uploads, I guess, and then just and not have it be like an insane drain on my I don't know, on my life, which is what it felt like it was for a while there. But it's like now it's just like, no, no, I can actually just hang out and play some video games and watch some TV and shit, and then also do the channel and the comic and stuff. Yep. Damn it. Yeah, that too. Sanity. That's the word I was thinking of. Yeah, for a while there, it was starting to get to be a bit too much. And yeah, no, then when I quit smoking, it's like, fuck, I've got like 3 hours extra in the day that I didn't know I was using for that. Maybe not three, but still, even like an extra like two would be like shit. That's a lot of time actually that I could use. Yeah, no, that's. I mean, that's the main reason I had to. I couldn't keep up with my bills because I was smoking. You can't. I can't do like $17 a pack anymore. Imagine that, right? Hey, thanks, man. I mean, I'm okay with four vids. Like I've kind of cut out the page commentaries, and it hasn't really. No, nobody said anything, so I might just leave them out. Just do like the one speed art video a week, and two live streams, and four revisits, and I can kind of handle that. At least for the moment. If it gets to be too much, then you take another look at it. But yeah, and I mean I haven't had a cigarette in a month, and I've wanted one every fucking day, and I'm pretty sure I will for like the next fucking year because that's how last year went. Where I did quit for a year and then picked him up again for 6 months eventually because you just have one of those days where it's just like, nope, nope, this is the day. I'm just veering towards the gas station and I'm not stopping myself apparently. No, no, no. I mean, I'm doing the same. I'm planning on doing the same schedule I've been doing for the last like month anyway. Where yeah, it's like yeah, four revisits, two live streams, and a speed art, and nobody's seemed to have noticed anything. It doesn't seem to have changed anything about the number of subscribers or views or anything. So, I mean, the subscriber growth has just flat out stopped, which feels weird, but that's how it is. So it's just like, don't worry about anything anymore. If anything feels like too much, then stop doing it because it don't fucking matter really. You know, like I'd like to not screw you guys over for content, but ultimately, if this thing is making my like some aspects of my life tougher, then yeah, I'm going to stop that thing, or at least slow it down a little bit. Yeah, so those guys who are like, yeah, yeah. Well, who's the most popular character? Popo, right? That'll bring him in. I don't think that's what works. Maybe I'll just do like who's popular these days? Do Spider-Man and Wolverine still count? Do I have to pick the right Spider-Man and Wolverine? I can maybe do that. The more tutorials. As soon as I can think of something to say, I'm a terrible like guy for explaining what I'm doing. Same thing happens at work. Whenever we get somebody new in, and it's like, yeah, no, tell them what you do. And it's like, fuck, really? Can I not just like do what I do and then have them watch? And if they have questions, I can answer those. I don't know what that has to do with the drawing tutorial, but He-Man or G.I. Joe is big. Yeah, that's the thing. If I just draw like a giant set of tits and put it in the caption box every time, that'll bring him in. That's all. It'll. That's the only thing that'll really work. Just title every episode the cleavage episode. Leave it to cleave. No, that's excellent. Dude, you call your if you call your show that, that's gonna bring in some views. And just like hint in the caption box that there will be boobs of some kind. Yeah, it could be. Or they'll show up for the boobs and go, "Where are the boobs?" And go, "Here, let me tell you about why Rob Liefeld sucks." Now, nope, I'm good. Leave it to cleavage, hosted by the Beaver. I remember one of the times I went to a Dave Sims signing and brought some comics that I had. They were like from the first 20, I think, of Cerebus, and they were from a place called Beaver Comics, which he had to comment on. And some other dude in the lineup was like, "Oh, I've been to that place. Guy who owns that thing is a dick." And, and Dave's like, "The guy who owns Beaver Comics is a dick." We're just gonna sit on that for a second. Hang on. You know? I mean, you could, but why would you, right? Those hips are fucked up, actually, for where they are. Okay. I take it we know of a butcher called Dick's Meats that has inspired that. And not just like you thought of that one day and like thought, I can't tell anybody about this. And today was your opportunity. That wouldn't be the case, right? this is this has all been a pretty bad idea, actually. The way I've done this, where I'm just doing the figures for the most part. That means when I finish this up, I'm going to be doing almost all backgrounds, which is just yeah, will not work out. Oh well, though. This is the old one, right? Yeah. I feel like this head here is a good example of why I wouldn't do anything remotely like a tutorial. Where like I didn't have any kind of layout, really, like a very loose sketch, like just like very loose underdrawing, like construction type drawing. I said, okay, let's do ink on top of that and see if it works out. And it's like, did it? And it's like, kind of like 85%, I would say. It's like pretty good. It's like, do you want to tell people, okay, this is how you get to 85% of what you were hoping for? Or it's like, not even. This is how I get to it. Probably wouldn't work for a lot of you. I swear, when I do the inevitable costume redesign, this thing on his chest is going to be the first thing to go. I can never get it right. Yeah. Hey, Matt, how's it going? Yeah, the Tombow. Fudonosuke or something, which is a brush pen. And I have to try and convince myself not to overuse, which I'm not always successful with. Like, for instance, used it too much on these two guys, so they kind of blend together now. I don't think that was smart. But still enjoy using the pen quite a bit. Yeah, exactly, right? That's how you know it's quality. Probably. Unless Fudonosuke is like Japanese for cheap crap, which I mean it totally could be. I wouldn't know. Yep, no, exactly. But it could mean that they're actually hiding the good pens from us. We don't know. Oh, I forgot about pockets again. Yeah. No, I feel you on that. Having a dozen pens that all kind of do the same thing. Like there's not, I've got, I don't know, 4 or 5 different kinds of Pigmas. When you break it down, like maybe two would have been necessary, if that. But I'm just kind of trying out these O1s that I haven't really used before. Lowest I usually get on microns is O2s. I am kind of enjoying these actually. I feel like I've used this kind of pen before, but it hasn't been for a long time. All right, Andrew, and thanks for stopping by, man. It's good to see you. I'm probably not going to go too much longer myself. I don't want to go for like one of those 5 hour streams. I don't really have it in me today. I don't have it. I kind of want to cut down on those. Because that completely wrecks me for doing anything else that day. And that's like, okay, that's not an efficient use of time. Oh, or with the earlier vids, you mean like using thinner microns? I mean, I used O2s fairly often, but like it is a little bit different. I've got O2s and I've got 003s, which are like trying to ink with an eyelash a little bit, where it just kind of flops back and forth. And it's like, is any of this actually going to show up in the final? I'm like, nah, not really. Probably. Yeah, which is where we are, right? But I'll finish Hawkstab here and maybe see about getting some tighter pencils on Rancor before we call it a day. Yeah, and Platt back in the day used to use mostly Micron O1s, apparently. And I would take for fucking ever to draw anything, of course, because what do you expect? If that's the width you can get, like that's the most amount of ink you can get out, like naturally, you're not going to be producing anything with any kind of speed. Yeah, it's a nutty way to draw. That's not fucking whatever. I think this will probably be the method going forward. If I'm doing 2 live streams a week, do the first half on Sunday, do the second half on Wednesday or whatever, right? That works out, right? Yeah, it's a crazy method. Yeah, something like that. Like if I'm doing 3 hours in one day, it shouldn't take more than like 2.5 hours the next, that kind of thing. So I'm gonna get to these. No, but that. But, all right. You know what? He's a little bit. That hip doesn't quite match up with the upper body up here. Can I just kind of make this a little bit thicker without it turning into a shit show? Oh, maybe. I think it kind of worked. Fuck. Crazy. Sure. Why not? Really? This angle sucks too. I'm not even thinking drawing them at this angle. Where's my other pencil? Okay. I think it's an all right place to stop it for today. Yeah, looks like most people have dropped off. So I'm gonna call it quits. Thanks for sticking around, the guys who are still here. Yeah, let's just do a little bit. It's funny how much of a difference that makes. Just putting a bit of a brush outline around guys, even like small guys. But like a varying line weight makes a big difference for that kind of shit for some reason. All right. Thanks for sticking around, man. Oh, yeah. Hands are tired. Okay, you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'll see you guys next. Oh, actually, that's a good thing I should point out, which I should have said earlier when more people were here. Sorry, I'm not going to be here next Sunday. I can't. I'll drop a note in the community thing as well. But I'm visiting my daughter next Sunday, so I won't be able to do the live streaming thing. Again on that day. So I don't know. Fuck, I might have to come up with something else because like I'll still be able to do the Wednesday one. I don't know. Figure something out. All right. So yeah, I'll see you guys this Wednesday anyway. If you want to watch then. All right. So have a good one until then. All right. Peace out, guys.